If he's able to get the big catch, it could be destruction. And you already talked about it. They have the clockwork, and they have the disruptor to help out. A song. Gotta say, on paper, I can't help but feel like Champions of Summer's Rift have put together a stronger draft. But maybe for Root Gaming, they got something up their sleeve. And they're going to look to change things up and kind of set things forward. I'm not sure if you agree with that or not, Mon.
No, I agree with you completely. But obviously, we don't know everything. And like you said, there's something that Root could pull out potentially. But from our... they're giving small chat. Just some nice words being exchanged.
Mike's showing off his pretty cool clockwork set, some sort of crazy bird mecha set I'm showing off right now. Pretty neat.
Yeah, it's not bad. All right, Mike, I feel you. But Root Gaming, yeah, I'd agree in the sense that they have a tough time ahead of them. And if Root Gaming are able to pull this game out and get this series to 2-0, that's soul-crushing is the term I would use for Summer's Rift. Yeah, I don't know how you come back when you're down 2-0.
What the hell is happening?
What did he just do? I missed it.
Is that a taunt?
30 seconds to battle.
What the hell is that?
It's Stu the robot, man. Oh my god.
I'm sorry, I broke the cardinal rule of all chat, but I was like, is he loading up script hacks or
there's
something?
No cardinal.
It was so crazy.
It's NA Dota, man. There's no cardinal rule about all chat in NA Dota.
My immersion is completely broken.
Yeah, there's somebody in chat that's like, Dakota, what are you doing? How dare you?
Okay, Mike, though, happy to take his new wicked moves to the top rune here. A full-out brawl.
Guess what? They have no lockdown. This is the issue, man. If they had any stun, they might get a kill. But they have what? What do they have, Dakota? What do they have to lock anybody down? They got a level 1 electric vortex?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Moo's just chasing Whitebeard down. Whitebeard's like, you gotta be kidding me.
He's like, don't you have a lane to go to?
No, he's fine.
He didn't invest a lot of time for that.
Yeah.
He's going to miss out on one full wave. Doesn't seem like much, but...
I think Whitebeard's actually happy about that.
Get Glimpse and send him back to the mid lane. Make him even go even longer.
He's going to do it? Yes!
Oh, yes! That is just such a dirty disruptor right there. My boy, Whitebeard. That's how you do. That much longer.
Whitebeard, what are you complaining about, man? You just wasted, like, a full creep wave. You are going to deny most of this here in a moment. He's missed, like, 3 creeps. Wow.
Okay. So Moo set off a bit irked here, and this also means they can get this creep equilibrium pretty damn low. This is going to be a rough start for Moo. We'll see, though. It is a Darkseer after all. You always get maybe a little bit of reliable farm with those Ion Shells. You got to remember the duration has been increased. Thank you very much, Ice Frog. Now easily able to get to 2, maybe even 3 Ion Shells. Does force the lane forward, and it can be a bit tricky for Naga to farm, having to juggle around those Ion Shells a bit, but... Or not Naga, sorry. I was thinking Yawar was still playing the Naga for whatever reason, but he has to kind of deal with the damage coming up from these Ion Shells, but he'll still be able to get the CS and certainly the XP.
Well, I mean, as soon as he gets to that value point in the Spell Shield, this damage is not going to be that great. He's not going to go for it yet. He'll get it at level 3 more than likely. The good old 1-1-1, 2 points in stats burning build that we see so very often is probably... Maybe he gets an extra point in the Spell Shield. I'm not 100% sure. And Whitebeard will probably just right-click the Ion Shield creep down as much as possible. Yawar's going to get really good lane equilibrium. It's always going to be pushed under his tower. And with the Quelling Blade, he should not be missing a single CS, even with the tower hitting it. This one he might miss. No, he gets it, so he's doing a pretty good job. And I want to point out that this game is probably 100% on Monkeys Forever. And he's even going to get ensnared right now. They have a skewer back. They're going to hit it. They have no mana for the Shockwave, though, so that's kind of interesting. But Monkeys Forever is trying to juke his way out of here. The flare flying through, they have the Riptide, they skilled up the Purification. Wow, they can't get that kill. You have to wonder maybe if they just go for the Shockwave instead of that skewer back. That might have been the better choice.
Considers dancing around Demon a bit. Demon forced to walk face first into, but what the hell happened? Bottom lane, Moo gets a solo pick on the Disruptor here while all that action's breaking out.
Was he chasing Moo under the tower? You look at where he died. Moo died underneath the opposing tier 1 tower. So I think Moo like salved up and then just kind of kited Whitebeard into his death, which is not great. That's rather interesting. Okay.
Oh, not expected, but certainly well played from Moo. This was after that bit of a lost start for the early CS movement, but he's able to recover, and that certainly will help out. Whitebeard has to return back to lane here and kind of just do with the creep pull in the meantime. Maybe he was just kind of doing the pulls and got caught out from Moo and really had nowhere to run and nothing available to glimpse him and keep him back. And now we look at the trade mid lane. Monkeys Forever after that little bit of shenanigans. Still at top of CS 18-0, no surprise. Giving Brax a run for his money, who's sporting a 13-1. Top lane Mike gonna get harassed just a little bit of early poison touch level here from Fun as he gets the 1-1-1 build at his level 3. Not really surprised by much of that. But hey, if you look at Mike, he's 3.5, 6 CS. Moo though, 12 CS, and he's about to be level 5. So definitely getting the better of these two offlaners.
Yeah, this is to be expected though. It's a Darkseer. Iron Shell's gonna net you some CS regardless of what happens. I will say there was a period in time where Monkey's Forever was crushing mid lane. It's pretty even now. And again, there's a lot on Monkey's Forever, and I think they know this on the side of Summer's Rift. They've already rotated Whitebeard over. He has level 2 Glimpse, which is a great ganking utensil. But instead of going for the kill, he backswayed because they're just wasn't comfortable maybe going forward. Maybe just trying to find that bottom tier or bottom rune. It's going to be Invis. However, Fluff's going to walk up. The skewer from Brax, will he get there in time? He does. Oof. And now Fluff is maybe in some trouble. They have the Observer Ward. They're going to have the Glimpse here. They're going to bring him back. And Brax is definitely positioned. They're not even going to skewer him. They don't need to. They already used it, by the way. Shockwave's going to go for Brax. They get the kill with the Thunder Strike. And just an unfortunate position for Fluff to be in.
Yep, thought he could grab it, but Brax, almost like a slide to home plate, able to quickly grab that invis and turn it right back around, so Fluff will be caught out of position.
More sports ball references for those of you out there.
Yeah, sports ball, you know. I don't know. I don't know D&D reference, I guess I could make. I don't know. Maybe people know.
Let me pull out my player's handbook here real quick, and no, I have no idea. That's
maybe an anime reference will go a bit better.
Maybe. I don't know, man. We're getting into some real geeky territory here. That's all I'm saying.
It's Dota. 2-1. Champions of Summer's Rift off to a nice early advancement here in the laning phase, though Root getting the better of the laning farm, hold a better net worth and XP advantage here in game number 2 of this best of 5. And I did like the bit of synergy that Summer's Rift were showing off with the Ensnare Skewer combo. Have not fallen back for it yet. Instead, having Demon continue to be by the side now of Mike. Mike happy to kind of move up here, but TC continues to free farm a bit with the assistance of his Wolves. He's scoring with 32 and 8 CS, matching toe-to-toe with Yawar on the other side of the globe at 32 and 3.
If you look at this draft of Summer's Rift and you look at who's playing what hero, you have to feel very confident. Mike playing Clockwork, Whitebeard playing Disruptor, Yawar playing Anti-Mage, Demon playing a good support hero. I mean, like, this is everything they could have asked for, maybe short of Brax getting a tough laning stage of a Magnus, but he's got good team fight. And for Root, it's not anywhere close to being similar. They have a really good start for the Lycan for TC. Monkey's Forever has been doing really well. He's level 6 now. He's got up to 35 CS. Even Moo's got 31 CS. So they're actually doing pretty well in almost every lane.
Yeah.
They're winning at least 2.5 lanes here, I'd argue. But will that continue on is the question. Summer's Rift have that potential to take over the game later on down the road. It's a very quiet start so far. We'll see what breaks out here. They rotated up Demon top lane. He's looking to help out and maybe trying to secure this kill on the Lycan. Is the Lycan 6 yet? No. Level 5, and even if he is 6, there is that ensnare. There's the Clockwork Cogs and Hookshot to go forward, but he's not even 6 yet, so... Let's see, Moo's getting wrapped on bottom lane. Whitebeard has his level 2. Glimpse to no. Static Storm obviously only level 4.
They're going on Moo. He does have Surge. Surges his way into a kinetic field, though. Drops the wall and the vacuum. It's not going to be enough. Moo will go down. Good quick chop. Nice rotation and assistance from Demon, and it is going to be, of course, Whitebeard who sets up the assist. Uh-oh. Fun also here nearby. Dishes out the poison. Does have a glimpse here. Could pull him back, will pull him back, and a kinetic field follow-up. Puts him face first. Nice placement. Dishes out the grave. Helps slow them down as much as possible, but ultimately it's going to be the same fate. Fun will get dropped, and it's going to be Yawar who does get the last hit. Now 2-0 for this AM. Yeah,
that's huge. Those two kills are particularly important. And I think Fun was realizing he's like, okay, there's no salve, or he's really low. He's gonna have to go home and regen. He didn't know there was a salve on top of Yawar. Yawar salves up, comes back. Doesn't even need Mana Void because there's a greatly placed kinetic field coming out from the Disruptor, and they make it work. So Yawar gets 2 quick kills. He's up to a Ring of Health, Ring of Regen, which we've seen more and more often recently, just to build into that Blades of Vlad's later on down the road. He's got a Band of Eldin skin, which I'm sure is part of his treads. And from that point, Yawar he's getting there. I mean, obviously not a great start for Summer's Rift, but they're starting to turn things on with Yawar getting some decent farm. He's up to 41 last hits, liking up to 50 currently in that top lane. He's going to be going for Vlad, I'm sure. Monkey's Forever, what is he building? That's the big question. Just as the treads, just as the null tally. So we don't know if he's going for the Orchid, which is really good against an Anti-Mage and even good against Magnus. Or if he goes for that Bloodstone.
Top, they're making a move onto TC. They got the Ensnare and the Battery Assault, but he goes right into Wolf form and says, see you later. No chase down here. Mike, no mana for a hook shot, but does have the charges if he needed to. But no, Pop of the Rocket says they're not going to move any further. TC pulls off into the jungle to farm. And speaking of jungle farm, Monkeys Forever working with a ridiculously girthy stack is going to farm his way right through it. Gets the Soul Ring, so there's your answer, Mott. Going to be going down the path of a Bloodstone. Bottom lane, Whitebeard going to be sending back Moo with a glimpse and avoids a bit of harassment trouble there. So a little confrontation from each side, but still Root Gaming continue to farm, and I was wagering at some point TC will probably also step off from his lane, get some farm, because these supports will need a little bit of me time. It looks like Fluff's going to find it in the mid lane. Would love to get to his level 6. Brax is keeping an eye on him, though. It's like, if you're here alone, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, on the other side, Yuar is going to get up his Battle Fury, and then maybe they get some support to farm up to this bottom lane, and whether that's Demon or whether that's Whitebeard remains to be seen. I'm wondering if, and I know this is probably unlikely, Monkeys Forever just builds a Soul Ring and then goes into that Orchid, because I think Orchid's a really good choice this game. Going for that defensive Bloodstone build is definitely not a bad idea, but I think you can't really pass up how much Orchid can actually give you. The silence is good against almost every hero in this particular game.
And if you can grab that Orchid before Yuar gets his Manta, you can go for as many picks as possible before he's actually able to evade that silence.
That's definitely a possibility, because I mean, like, almost every Anti-Mage I've seen recently has built that Vlad's right after the Treads and Battle Fury. And he has the Ring of Regen, which signifies that he's probably going to build the Headdress and inevitably the Vlads as well. So
yeah,
there's that opportunity. Brax is looking to get his Blink Dagger, but Skewer onto Monkeys Forever. He's got the RP. Is he going to use it? Brax gets purified. Anticlimactic death for the Magnus. The Horde Man goes down to the top of his lane in mid. And that's going to be it.
Bottom lane, Moo making a move. At the same moment, also top, they're also making a move onto TC, but they decide to pull back. Moo looking to move forward, gets a vacuum back onto Moo. Whitebeard going to be forced to send him back with the glimpse. Can the FUD get the right click? Oh, yes, he can. No, one not going to be enough. Looked like he might have been able to etch away with just a pixel of health, but not going to be the case. They get their pick.
Poison Touch lethal? I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. There's certain poisons that aren't lethal in the game, and I think that's one of the ones that is. Yeah. That would have killed him. He had the debuff on him anyways. It probably would have killed him. The right click was just a way to secure it, though, and that's fine. So Fawn's actually getting involved here. He's level 5. Might not go for that early, rather, not grave. I can't remember the ultimate's name. I'm just going to look at it real quick. The Weave. Wow, I lost it there for whatever reason.
All right.
Close game so far. I think, again, we talked about Summer's Rift Draft and how good they could be and how good they're going to be. But Root are getting a lot out of this Storm and out of this Lycan. And they're not going to be as easy to deal with as we thought.
Yeah. The good comeback could be Brax being able to finish out this Blink Dagger. He's getting close to it.
Yeah.
And Mike adventuring away from his off lane at that point and them getting their own setup. Mid lane, they get some hefty harassment here on the Fluff. It looked like Demon might have been thinking about stepping forward with the Ensnare. Doesn't opt to go for it yet. They get a good Ensnare Skewer setup. That Fluff could be dead. But he plays in more of a reserve position near the tower. Brax continues to farm up, getting very close to that Blink. Looking to just finish that outright. While bottom lane, Whitebeard continues to be side by side with his buddy Yuar. And we already touched base with him. He's got his Perseverance now complete, looking to finish out his own little Battle Fury.
Moo is having a fantastic time, man. Look at this. His mech's pretty much done here. He will have to search away. They're going to glimpse him back. And he's more than likely dead now. They have Static Storm and Cogs just so they can get this kill. They don't even need the Mana Void coming through Yuar, but all the meanwhile, look at this tower. They're going to grab a T1 tower and put pressure on this bottom lane already at 12.5 minutes in. Usually you have to rotate 2-3 heroes down to try to take that tower. They get it done with pretty much Moo just chipping away with creeps and his Iron Shell doing work on heroes. TC's going to get ensnared top lane. He's going to go ahead and use his shapeshift. Brax has the RP. Skewer he's looking for, but TC just hightails it out of there. And Brax does not go for the Skewer RP. He had his first instinct correct. If he had skewered an RP there, he probably would have gotten that kill. It might have been close.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to go for anything now, especially with how close he is to this Blink Dagger, and he has enough money for it currently.
Yeah, it almost looked like there was a second where he could have just RP'd right after the TP to catch him. But, yeah, I would wager, like you said, looking to save up and get the secure Blink Dagger before getting too excited. Could go for a bigger team wipe kind of situation instead of the TC solo pick. Still on the prowl, now has his Blink Dagger, heads back towards the mid lane at this point. Fluff now level 7 on his Omni Knight. Looks like he might go down the road of picking up a Glimmer Cape, then maybe Greaves in the future, just holding his Arcanes for now. But he's just going to have to be the savior here. No TP on hand yet. So if there's trouble breaks up here on the bottom lane, he won't be there to assist. Moo's looking to move in. Vacuums through, sees Yawar, who's going to slip out the back
Radiant's
door.
bottom tower is under
Just mild
attack.
trades from both sides. Nothing too serious as of yet.
Very passive game other than a couple of towers going down, but this is the point in the game where we're going to see a big shift. Blink Dagger's now out for Brax. They have a couple of big items beside of Root as well. It's time to, I think, start going, and Root want to put pressure on this Anti-Mage. Summer's Rift do not want to allow that. They have a very good Observer Ward. Demon does have his song, but he's going to surge himself away. They won't be able to get in range. The Repel even comes out for the Omni-Knight just to secure their retreat. But this is where it's going to get tricky, Dakota, is this 15-minute mark. You want to keep farming in Yawar, but that means you're going to have to play as forward. You're going to have to try and find picks. And Root, they want to make sure they can try to get some aggression going, whether through the Storm Spirit, whether through another hero. Yawara's not going to feel comfortable. He's got his perseverance. Meanwhile, they're going to find Root. They're going to get the static from off with the snare. Might be another death for the 4 darks here. And Yawar comes in casual. Anti-Mage contribution. Yeah. One right click is all that it takes. And he's like, thank you very much. I will take that gold.
And I will take these creeps. Thank you for bringing them down with that static storm, and it just gets a little bit of everything for it. A lot of love for this AM. They go back to bottom. Now they put pressure onto Fluff. Quickly throws up the repel, and it's not going to help from the RP. RP, but what a great save. Don't think it's going to be enough, though. Fluff's still in trouble. Walk through the valley of the shadow of death. He does get a purifying skewer, man. He's really making Brax work for this. All the meanwhile, Yawar is going to get the cleanup kill, grabbing that dazzle. Fluff somehow still alive, will end up going down.
Radiant's top tower
Ends up being
is
both
attack.
supports on the side of Root here. All the meanwhile, though, look at this pressure at the top lane.
Oh, Roche.
And they're going into Roche. I was like, where's TC at? He's got to be doing something. He certainly is. He's in the Roche pit. He just secured the Aegis for Monkeys Forever.
That is some Martian Unleashed level play, to use another sports ball reference, as there's Fluff in the tree line, pops up the freaking purification, and just barrels his way through the trees and makes sure he wastes as much time as possible, while inevitably TC is, of course, taking that road. Meanwhile, TC is going to lose that Aegis very quickly. No, they give the Aegis to Monkeys. So TC just dies bottom lane. He walks into a world of hurt. Yawar and the rest of crew of Summer's Rift get an easy kill. Now mid lane, Monkeys Forever. Shockwave going. Whitebeard looking for a glimpse. They don't have the... Oh, they got the vision!
Big glimpse from Whitebeard to bring
He's out of mana, dude. He's out of mana.
He's done for.
This
right
is the Aegis,
into
I
a
think.
beautiful kinetic field setup. Brax is going to look to chop him down, but look who it is. It's fun. And he should be able to get the grave off. Yep, he will. Mike's still in pursuit, though. Decides to take out Dazzle. 9 seconds for a follow-up rocket, but hey,
Radiant's
justified
middle
save
tower
coming
is
out from
under
Fun
attack.
right there.
Things have really broken out. Fluff was getting chased down by Yawar. This is what I was talking about. 15 minutes into the game, things start getting hot and heavy from both sides, really. Summer's Rift find a couple of neat kills. Root find Roche. Yawar going to be a big problem, as always. Mike's starting to contribute. He really wanted to wait, I think, for his Blade Mail before he started fighting. He's got it now. He's ready to go. Song's up and ready for Demon. He can start setting up fights if he wants to. And Brax has the Blink Dagger. He already used his RP once to get a good kill. He might even go for 4 staff next, just so he has that extra slide and mobility, which is what we see the Magnus Master Arise go for that, Blink Force, maybe that Refresh Orb combo. Brax is looking to get the same done later on down the road. Maybe goes for a BKB just to be a bit safer later on, but Monkeys Forever is going to complete up the Bloodstone. Will not go for that Orchid. He's going to try to push this tier 1 tower. They're getting it ready here. Song could go, and it's going to start off with Demon. Static Storm is about to be placed down. The Connect will go for it. Song is about to be interrupted. Skewer into the Static Storm. RP onto 3. Shockwave's going to go. They haven't taken anyone down yet. Big Mana Void. Monkeys Forever. Ball Lightning's away. Purification keeps Fluff alive. Guardian Angel keeping him up and fighting. And that was an amazing team fight. That should have went better. But my God, where there's some critical saves coming out from that Dazzle the Grave and the Purification Fluff. Really good stuff from Root Gaming. It turns it actually into a 1-for-1, and they didn't even use that Aegis on Monkeys Forever.
I mean, the clearly very defensive lineup showing its strong defense against what should be a flare of team fight from Champions of Summer's Rift, but it's proven to be a bit too difficult. This Root lineup, very durable. Fluff had just got that level 9 to get the Guardian Angel. Monkey's making the long track star jump. Looking to go for Brax. Can he get it? He's going for it. He got it. Now he's got to get the hell out of there. 250 mana. The Glimmer's going to bring him all the way back, closer to the tower and right into Mike's arms. He's got to get the Glimmer help from Fluff, and he is still good. My God, the paramedic boys right here. of fun and
Dire's
fluff.
bottom tower is under
Really
attack.
going into overtime.
The purification and then the repel right afterwards has been so critical. Actually, I don't even think he purified him. It was just the repel that did work. The battery assault not doing anything, obviously. You know, the Glimmer Cape first and foremost. Monkeys Forever is starting to become a big problem. He might even gain a lot of these Bloodstone charges, and it's going to be tough to bring him down. Could even go for a BKB to be ultra defensive. You have Purification, you have BKB, you have Shallow Grave. How are they going to chew through all of this? I think one of those answers is to get a Diffusal Blade, but you have no natural Diffusal Blade carriers besides an Naga Siren, and Demon is nowhere near that item. He's not even close, really. Anti-Mage is not going to be able to Diffusal Blade. That's not a good idea, ever. And it's going to be tough. They're just going to have to hope they can brute force through the root defensive posture. This Monkeys Forever is just chewing through this tier 1 tower mid.
There's just too many targets to go for. If you think about who would be the prime target on the side of the root, you go for one, it's going to leave. You know, if you decide to go for the Omni Knight, maybe you get rid of him, you get rid of the Purify, the Repel, and that Guardian Angel, but then Dazzle's going to be right there ready to go. Gets his own grave and his own save. Monkeys again looking for a long jump onto Brax. This time he skewers below, and oh man, hits the pullback. Vacuum from Moo, Purify, and Brax is dead. And he wants more. Monkeys Forever committing in for Demon now. Demon should go down here. Makes it to the high ground. Will he miss? Gets the repel. Monkeys is going in deep. Got it.
Oh my god, he's diving a tier 3 tower, 9.5 minutes. They haven't even taken a tier 1 yet, for God's sakes. Mike is going to go ahead and use his cogs just to make sure they don't bring down himself, with, of course, him TPing out with Fluff nearby. I can't believe this draft is working out so well. You have the added bonus of Monkeys Forever on the Storm Spirit, who's already tough to take down in his own right. You give him Repel, you give him Purification, you give him Shallow Grave, you give him Shadow Wave. How are you supposed to kill the Storm Spirit? TC doesn't even need to do anything in this game. And Summer's Rift have to find a way to just chew through this lineup. I don't know what they're going to do. It doesn't matter that you are so farmed. He's got his Vlads, he's got his Battle Fury.
They just don't die. They do not die. They are like those bugs you squish in your napkin, and you open the napkin, the thing's still alive. Like, what the hell? It's just a testament again to Fluff. Almost feels premeditated the way he put these drafts together. They seem to be working out beautifully according to plan. And what I thought would be just... I mean, you look at the Summer's Rift lineup, and you think this is a nuke from UA highlight income. RP, Static Storm, huge Mana Void to pop up the Storm Spirit. Hook shots, it's just like, not enough. Not enough to break through. And, you know, I almost wondered that maybe the lack of offense that Root Game would be able to bring in because they invested so much in their defense could be a problem. Doesn't prove to be here. They always have the option to move for those split objectives with the help of the Lycan. I mean, it's clear that it's going to take just a whole lot of sweat and muscle power for Summer's Rift to finish off the 4-man squad. Imagine TC doing work on one of the side lanes. It's going to be like there's really nothing left to give.
I think if Monkeys Forever gets a BKB and has like 15 to 20 Bloodstone charges, this game's, I wouldn't call it impossible, but it's very difficult to chew through Monkeys Forever with Purification, with Repel. Again, they might even just have to invest into a Diffusal Blade eventually on the Naga side, or on some hero, and I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
Gotta give
so much to deal
props
with now.
to Yawar, though. I mean, when you look at the net worth, you'd think it'd be a bit more dramatic for Root. It's really not. Yawar has been putting in the time to build up his own farm. He's king of the net worth right now. By a fair margin, Mott. 3K plus. That's a big item difference between him and the next closest, which is Monkeys.
We've seen this before, Dakota. We've seen where anti-mages have been amazingly farmed, and they just haven't been able to care for their team, whether through the draft or because the other team is just crushing. And that looks to be the case again. Monkeys is the long jump on the Demon. Demon does have Song. They don't have the Static Storm. Good usage of the Mirror Image, but he doesn't even pop the Song up. He just dies after the Mirror Image. Monkeys Forever just destroys there. Down for 33 seconds, and they're going to try to go for this tier 2 tower. They want to pressure as much as possible again.
Yeah, just wanted to reserve the Song. It's a little too early, and still at level 1, it'd be on cooldown far too long, and they need that Song for that ideal setup between himself, the Disruptor, and probably Brax and his Magnus RP, allowing someone like Yawar to kind of clean house. Who's currently trying to do a little bit of cleanup duty mid lane, trying to wipe down tier 1, does get it. Monkeys tries to get there in time for the deny, not going to happen. They get their own tier 2 though, does Root on that top grab. So it's still a significant map advantage right now for Root Gaming. We'll just have to see if the farm is going to be in favor for Summer's Rift to kind of hold what feels like the inevitable high ground defense, which could be coming their way.
This Brax Magnus he's gotten some really good RPs, but Again, and I don't want to touch on the topic too much because we've already talked it to death, but the defensive posture from Root Gaming has just been outstanding. As you mentioned, we saw that team fight with the static storm with the Mana Void, with all that stuff happening. Root do not break a sweat with their defensive abilities, and it did Root just going down the checklist. This is a different type of death ball altogether. This is a you can't kill us type of death ball. There's nothing you can do. And TC will lead the way up under the tier 2 tower. We saw Brax doing this last game with Tumar. Now he's delegated to the split pushing duty. And he'll take down the tier 2 tower, maybe push into that tier 3. All the meanwhile, Root's still getting a lot out of the map. They're getting, you know, map control. They're getting the tier 2 mid. But they will have to defend this tier 3, I think, at some point. They're going to have to TP back home.
They want that home run setup, but it's not there. They want to cancel TPs, maybe? Not in time. Not in time to catch TC. TC's able to make it back to where Yawar is moving in. They were hoping for some sort of setup, but very good positioning from Root. They stay in that Delta split. Now, they don't even get the tier 2 down. It still stands. Glimpse. Whitebeard not going to be close enough, and Monkey Stormer just goes a bit too far. That range, though, is ridiculous. You have to jump very far to avoid it.
Oh, they throw it on an observer ward. They know exactly where Root is. Demon's like, oh my god, I need to leave now. But the jump is going to come in. And good force from Mike, though.
Is it enough? It is with the help of the kinetic field. Monkeys makes a long dive, loses half his mana pool, and decides not to follow up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Instead, they put their pressure towards top. You are already there. Still always find a lane to farm, and this time Monkeys is going to jump all the way in. No more mana to work with.
Got a regen.
But yeah, he's got a regen to fall back on. You are. He's like, I can pop him. You can pop him.
Oh my god.
Big damage. Monkeys is in trouble. Needs to get the grave help from Fun. Blue shows up as well, and Monkeys is going to be fine. Help always there. Within an arm's reach, it feels like.
Yeah, he made him use the regen rune, though. And so Monkeys is going to have to wait for his Bloodstone to start kicking in. And yeah, I mean, that's a cheeky play. Meanwhile, bottom, TC was almost caught out. He shapeshifts. He's able to get out of there. His Necro 2 now coming through. Hookshot onto a wall. Mike's like, god damn it. And that'll be that. The pace is slowed down for this game significantly. As much as Summer's Rift need to find a way to deal with, you know, Root Game's defensive lineup, Root need to find a way to deal with Anti-Mage, who's split pushing and will be all over the map essentially. And they don't have lockdown. That's the inherent issue. That's what we were talking about in the draft. Is we thought this was going to be a big deal if they don't have lockdown for Anti-Mage, especially now that he's Manta style.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, they are going to be able to sneak out this Roche. It looks like TC already puts in the hefty workload. But Monkey's Forever will clean out to grab the Aegis. That means TC's book, the good book I like to call it, going to be upgraded now to level 2. Halfway to that level 3 mark. And they might just continue to build up the pressure. It feels like potentially, again, another lineup with Root Gaming looking to end this one out before things go too far and too long. And you can already see the pressure that Yawar is trying to help out. Good split push. Top lane. Now he does not TP. Maybe hoping to make a jump on the Moo. No. Goes back in even deeper, but still stalks and waits for maybe Moo to kind of depart, and then he can kind of pick up from where he left off.
The good old split push from the Anti-Mage. It is keeping them in this game. It's going to allow them to start getting some farm elsewhere. And yeah, and that's exactly what I thought. Demon has picked up a Blade of Alacrity. Diffusal is on its way. Is it going to be there in time? Is the question. Who knows?
Smoke. Movement now coming out from Root here. I think they want to see if they can catch out any sort of split pushing in this top lane or someone farming on the side. Not the case, though. Whitebeard was up top, but he's already on the way out. Bottom lane, Yawar and TC breaking out. Oh, nice catch from Brax here. And he's not going to be able to race car away from that. Exclamation comes out from Yawar, gets him with the Mana Void. And that's all she wrote. TC's going to be going down the rest of his squad, adding pressure on the top lane. Nonetheless, a good pick here for Summer's Rift.
That pick's a pick. That's a big kill. TC hasn't had the biggest impact in this game, but his team is still playing around him nonetheless. This is going to free up the bottom lane for Yawar to push in towards that tier 3 tower. Maybe put some pressure there. Force out a TP already coming in from the Storm Spirit. Monkey's Forever with 11 Bloodstone charges has him 6 staff, which the beginnings of Shiva's or Scythe, who knows. I'm sure either are fine. I think Scythe's a really good option, obviously, against the Anti-Mage. You try to Manta out of that. That's what Monkey's will say. That's actually, I think, what he's going for, and that's going to provide him some extra damage as well. Moves very far too. He also has that flame. Static Storm on default. They're going to try to push him back. Probably no.
No, they already did. That's a bit off the mark. Disruptor's not going to have anything to use. Regardless, Yuar gets some good shots on the move. It's going to force him back. Mike gets the catch on the Fluff. Former teammates potentially going at it here. Fluff able to just easily get the repel. Potentially walk away, not before an ensnare does lock him in his place. They can't break through. Still too much defense here with Fun nearby and Fluff. Yep, boys. They're going to be able to save anyone necessary and just allow their comrade to kind of go for objectives elsewhere. But you can almost say the same for Summer's Rift. While they're kind of getting caught up in arms, War will continually be on the side. Right now, he's joined by Brax. With the help of course, your Empower makes things even easier for this AM to just kind of farm and push through these lanes.
Yeah, Anti-Mage is doing his damnedest.
We
talked about it earlier, above and beyond in the net worth graph, net worth chart, sitting at 18,000. Next closest is 12,000. There's the Eagle song up for the Anti-Mage, up for Yuar. He's looking towards that butterfly, but now, as he's pressuring the tier 2 tower, TC's going to go to work on the tier 3. He pops up the Necro Warriors. Tries to jump in, but Bear's going to jump amongst the birds. Gets the Electric Vortex. Whitebeard in trouble. Flips back. Not there yet. This repel is still going strong. No mana RP. Monkey's Fervor still has that Aegis. Shiva's Guard at the ready. Might need to use it here. Does pop it off, but now the cog's up. Aegis expended, but making a lot of space here. Root going to work on this Rax again. Ensnare on TC. He doesn't mind. Quiver Cape up on Monkey's Fervor. He'll make his way out. Full set of Rax about to be taken at 30 minutes into the game for Root Gaming. And most of that on the back of Monkeys Forever. They're looking to go back in again. They're licking their chops here. They're ready to go.
Monkeys makes that full dive back and in. And, I mean, Demon, I admire he puts a great setup with a song. It allows the rest of his team to deal with Monkeys, but it takes way too long to bring him down.
Right,
Plus
exactly.
he has that Aegis. So the song does expire, and Monkeys is already back in action. They were hoping to finish him off probably by the end of the song duration, but with 2 lives and being as farmed as he is, it's just not going to be easy. And they end up walking away. TC just kind of the bulldozer here on his Lycan, able to just siege right through those racks. They go down. It's feeling a bit like deja vu from game number 1. New Gaming just continue to go down that docket. Bottom lane next. War, not caught yet. There's going to be the pullback. TC on the chase. It's shapeshifting racks. No RP, but they get the glimpse help from Whitebeard, sending TC back. Instead, they'll probably segue this into a tier 2 push. But the pressure is definitely on Champions of Summer's Rift in this game.
Absolutely, and it's going to take a miracle, maybe something like that. They still have to go through tier 2 towers, so they won't win the game. But they'll get a pretty solid advantage if they can pick up that 5-man RP. Easier said than done, though. And anytime you have to hope and rely on a 5-man RP, 5-man Static Storm, you're in some trouble, right? I mean, that's how it goes.
We saw it there mid lane. There was a hopeful setup from Whitebeard to get that glimpse back Static Storm, but it was off the mark, and that allowed Root Gaming to kind of charge forward, knowing that it wasn't going to be there, ready for Summer's Rift. This tower was once standing at full life, now dead. Before I can even finish talking, it shows how quick that Root Gaming are be able to just follow up with these objectives. Now they'll step back, and this is where I anticipate them kind of waiting out the clock a bit for that Aegis, separating, moving back for farm. But look at this. Summer's Rift, they already take hold inside the Root Gaming woods. Maybe they wait for someone to kind of sneak in and get their own pick-off. Could happen from Moo.
They have to go for a play like this, and someone is walking up. It's Moo.
There he is. Moo! Oh my god, what the hell happened?
I'm not surprised they RP for that. You're desperately trying to find any way to stay in this game. You take down 1 hero, now you have an advantage in numbers. They can't really go for Roche.
Moo kind of just moves in there like, I thought this was a safe place.
This is my home. I've jungled here for years. Why am I dead? No.
Brax is like, because of me. Jumps right in, easy RP and setup. It's help from Yuar. Yuar moving in now. Oh, big chunk damage. Fun able to get off. That desperation grave. Yuar's like, I'm going to get you. Gets assistance. Mike helps tag in. They get the finishing blow there. Unstoppable right now for Yuar.
This is going to work for Summer's Rift. They take 2 kills. You know, there is buyback from who he doesn't want to use it. Obviously, it's only a tier 2 tower, but now, you know, one big team fight, and suddenly they're back in this, and they were already putting pressure on this tier 3 tower. Root Gaming are like, this is not the plan. This is not what we had going on. There's going to be a glyph, and TC even pops the shapeshift, and
he's running.
Anti-Mage is just going to get out of
caught
here.
already. The snare's there. Monkeys is going to dive in, gets the quick kill on the demon, and he's still going to go on pursuit. Now wants Whitebeard next. Whitebeard gets the help to force away from Mike, but he's still in trouble. He does a desperate Static Storm. Oh, bumps TC out from it, this Brax, but puts him on the other side of the kinetic field. But Monkey still on the chase, diving in. Brax going to be able to make it to the high ground. He is running away. Turns around, they get the power onto UR. They're thinking about it.
They have 10 seconds on RP. I don't know if they can turn this in.
10 seconds on RP, about the same for the AM multi. Here comes Mike, jumps in, gets the catch on the move. They are going to end up losing Brax, though. UR is trying to go for the finish, but GA going to be coming out from Fluff.
Oh my God! Oh, Lord.
Turns around, smacks him right in the face. Convenient cooldown timing for him. Secures him the kill.
Vaporized. That could have gone so much worse. He's lucky that cooldown came when it did.
Dire's top
TC just
tower
kind of has
is
to look on in horror as two of his teammates fall right before him. Those are some big Bloodstone charges down the drain as well.
Yep.
But luckily enough with the Bloodstone, he does respawn rather quickly, so it's no harm super done here. It's just that Fluff is down for 25 seconds. Roche is going to be up in who knows how long. This timer has not really told us anything yet. If I paid more attention, I would know exactly when Roche is up, but...
Oh, it would be so nice if I just hit a button and a clock came out and said, oh, by the way, Roche...
You're asking for too much, Dakota.
My immersion!
It's up in 2 minutes and 45 seconds, so that is a full duration Roche respawn, which definitely hurts Root Gaming in this situation. They want to get in there. They want to get out as quickly as possible, put more pressure. This is only going to allow Summer's Rift to increase their farm, to increase their itemization, and
yeah,
Yuar's already back up to 4.7k in terms of money. He's
rich,
freaking farmed. Yeah,
he's rich. He'll continue to farm up. The hustle is also there for Demon. He is trying to finish out this Diffusal Blade. That could also be a game changer for them. And many times they have been kind of squashed when they were on pursuit on getting their own kills, and that pesky Dazzle or Fluff save will be there just in time. Diffusal could change things up a bit. Brax did not have to expend his RP in that previous skirmish, so he does have it ready to go now. Him and UR in tandem move on through here, but we look to Root. Root waiting out that clock as well for the Roche. We check on TC here. TC, who's got a Solar Crest, looking to go for an AC build-up. Very into his sieging power here with this itemization. But they've been the ones that have been kind of reserved and pulled back on their side of the river.
Root had such an advantage. They still do. Net worth-wise, it's only 2,000. When they pushed Brax last game, they had a 3,000 net worth advantage. That kind of gives you an indication of them just being able to take fights and being able to take advantages without too much. This is the build I was talking about. Blink Force, Refresher for the Magnus, and he's having trouble getting off 1 RP, let alone 2. Though, it's not going to be the easiest game for Brax. If they do get that great RP off, though, set of RPs, rather. And this is the bigger item, though. This is something I talked about a little bit earlier and I forgot about. It's the Diffusal that is now done for Demon on the Naga Siren. This is going to be big, Dakota. This is going to be that item that gets the mech into the game.
I'm sure Root have been anticipating this. They had to have seen that Demon was holding a pretty penny. You could itemize that way, but Root are on the prowl. They have Monkeys Forever leading out the front. They're smoked up. They don't want to wait longer for the Aegis. It's a long clock. If they can clear out, get a pick, it will secure their Roche go. It looks like they might come up short with this smoke because Summer's Rift along the bottom.
There's nobody farming top, which is really pushed in, and they have no vision of their jungle. They're just staying together, though. They have some idea that something's happening, but they're not really clumped up enough. So there's definitely a chance for Summer's Rift to get caught out. I think they saw the courier from Root.
They're pinging.
They think something's happening. They shapeshift. I don't know what they're chasing after.
They're just running through the jungle like a madman. Beelining the other way. And they're sneaking out with a smoke the other side. What the hell's going on? They catch Rue, a straggler, and an easy kill for Yawar. Uh-oh, Rue have been pulled apart. They're in terrible positioning. And they're going to get fun behind. Everyone else is like, just go, leave them.
Oh, they got the freaking Observer Ward, too. Demon's like, I'm just going to counter Orban, songing you to death. And Fawn is just going to get obliterated with an ensnare. He's going to grave himself, but without a TP, without a Ghost Scepter. He's Dunzo with Dunzo. He's going to Shadow Wave himself. This is perfect timing for Summer's Rift. And with how farm you are, Diffusal Blade up for Demon. This is it, man. It's time. It is time for them to come back and tie the series at 1 apiece.
Buy back, though, so you can already see by the buy language, Summer's Rift are like, okay, never mind. That's a wall vacuum setup that could be terrible at a choke point like that. And they don't have a sentry on the ground. That's the other thing.
There's
Summer's
no
will
vision
not-
here
yeah.
for the Radiant squad either. There's vision for the Dire team. Luckily, they have illusions to spam out, so they'll know if Root decide to go into the paint. You can see Root really want to go in there. Summer's Rift have to keep tabs. This is probably the most important decision of the game as to, are we going to fight this? Are we going to take Roche? Who's going to do what here? This could be
Oh my God,
the turning
this
point of
Roche
the
is
game.
going down so fast. They're just going to get it. Mike steps in, doesn't get it. So we're going to go to TC. The bomb is going to put TC on the high ground. He is stuck. Goes to shapeshift, but he still can't participate. Oh my, what a setup for Brax. He evacuates, pulls Moo right out. And they're going to make it go, and Guardian Angel not going to be enough. Yawar is going to clean up with the Mana Boy. Now looks to go for Fluff. He's going to be forced to step fuels. TC is still trapped on the high ground from Mike.
He has no TP. He has no way to get down. They have no
is
force
stuck.
stabs. They have no force stabs.
Yawar goes in, is going to finish him off. This is going to take 2 finishes, though. Gets the shallow grave saved from Fun. What a disaster. Mike sets up a beautiful cock bump. Brax gets the RP onto 2, cleans them up. And TC, one of the lone survivors now, stranded like a lost puppy.
Oh
They could just
my
leave him
God.
there.
Radiant's middle tower. is
They
under
could,
attack.
but that would do. They want to kill him. They clearly want to
Yawar
bring him
is like,
down.
I will put you out of your misery, and starts just chunking him down. Mike actually gets the kill onto Whitebeard, but a triple kill for Yawar is the emphatic finish of that fight.
It's time to go top. It's time to take a Rax. They have no buyback on Moo. They have no buyback on the Lycan. TC down for 60 seconds.
Dire's
What a
top
push up on that
tower is
cliff.
under
That's
attack.
unbelievable.
Dire's structures
I don't
are
know if they could have had a
fortified.
worse situation. You're against the Clockwork. You don't have a single freaking force stat. You've got to be kidding me. And they're going to try to finish this off all the way ball lightning just to clear up the creep wave, but he actually is off the mark. And Rax top lane is gone. Yawar with a 30,000 net worth lead over everyone. I should say 12,000 in terms of the lead, but 30,000 is what he's got in the bank. He's going to clean up this 2-3 mid, and the Rax now getting pulled in. He's got the Abyssal. Can they lock him down long enough? They don't have a Hex. They don't have an Orc, and he just mans his way. Now goes in with the Abyssal. Monkey's Forever Glimmer Cape. They vacuum him out. They should get this melee Rax before they leave. They'll force him away, and the song, Repel, is going to get diffused off by Demon, and then they'll just sit back.
They give him the cheese, and Yawar is ready to play once more. Right into Fluff. Fluff almost goes down, but he gets the fuels. Very light gets the grave. The Purifier. Yawar in trouble. Able to blink out, make it away. Monkey's on pursuit. Oh, needs more damage here. Oh, my. Turns it right back around his ass and gets the Mana Void kill. Monkeys, though, buys back, goes right in, gets the kill
Dire's bottom
on the
tower
Demon,
is
and
under
they get the
attack.
follow-up on the Brax here.
But they
Whitebeard should
can't
be
kill
next,
Yawar.
and he goes down. Yawar still survives and makes it out.
And they did a lot of damage to that static storm, but Yawar is just invulnerable, it seems. They give him the cheese, they have the song, they get cog blocks. It's just impossible to kill this man. He still has yet to die in this game at 40 minutes, Dakota, and he might be the only one. In fact, he is. There's one death for the Clockwork, which, by the way, is outstanding for IX Mike. He doesn't have a BKB. All he's got is a 4-staff Blade Wheel and Aghanim Scepter that he just picked up, and now there's a BKB for Yawar. Even harder to bring him down. And he's carrying. That's it. They have no lockdown for him. Instead of going for the Scythe, Monkey's Forever goes for the Shivas. They can't hex him up. They can't bring him down.
That's a tough pill to swallow, and one thing they might have not considered preparing for, going against the Clockwork, typically, you want to get that support, like your Rubik or someone, a strong 4-staff candidate. And Omni Knight, they opted to go for the Yule's pickup.
Yeah, that's
not
the
a
biggest
force.
thing. Can you imagine what would happen if TC was on the ground for that entire Roche fight? Like, if he was actually involved with his Aegis? I mean, yeah, they could have kited him a bit with Ensnare and with 4 stats and Anti-Mage Blink. Maybe he would have killed a couple heroes at the very least. Instead, he looks on in horror as his team dies around him, and then he's cleaned up by Yawar, who is just taking hold of this game. This is why Anti-Mage is so good. You have to find some lockdown.
Not a blemish on his record yet. Oh, nice catch by 2. They move in.
Doesn't have buyback. He doesn't have buyback.
Static Storm, and they're going to get the quick finish. Monkeys Forever. It's going to pop, and he has no buyback, as pointed out, and that's
And
it.
they just called GG.
Root have had enough. It's very clear they can't get the finish. Brax pulls out the second RP, and Yawar, with one hell of an AM performance, is going to finish this game out without a blemish on his record. What is it, 16-0?
Unbelievable, man.
Unbelievable.
I don't. If you have that gift, spam that shit in chat. But
That's ridiculous. 18-0.
21 fantasy points, 822 GPM. Dear Lord.